And what I don't know is words will get people to react and make decisions almost instantly. I want you to imagine that you're shopping one day. A stranger comes up behind you, a salesman, and says, "Can I help you?" We automatically have a response to that. It says, "Oh no, I'm just looking." So certain words will create certain automatic responses. By the way, if you smile, will that create an automatic response? Yeah, they smile back at you and trust you. So because a new person doesn't know this, I don't think we should send them out as human target practice. Maybe we could tell them what to say and what not to say to kind of give them a little bit better head start so people will listen to them and hear the message. And hopefully the message will resonate with them if it's the right time in their life. So I'm going to ask you to feel the back of your head and see how quick these type of decisions happen. And that happens before the presentation, before the plan, before anything else. So here's the first one. Some of you don't know, but I've recently graduated as a chiropractor in Houston, Texas. You know what they are, right? And I've learned a brand new technique on how to twist your head. Who wants to be first? All right, have you all made a decision? Before my presentation. Now, how unfair is that? You made a decision before you heard me say I graduated bottom of my class. 20% of the people could recover. Now, I saw it on the internet. But you made the no decision way before I ever got to the presentation. So what's interesting is we kill people before we even get the message started. And you made that decision on a program in the back of your mind called survival. Your survival program says, oh boy, if I don't survive, all bets are off. No. How many of you have children? Okay, is it okay if I take them skydiving with me? All right, now, how quick was that decision? Now, depending on what they did to you growing up, you said, oh, no, you can't take my babies, or I would help push, right? Isn't it interesting? We've already made our final decision, and I haven't even started my presentation. I haven't told you that I am a certified skydiver, that I'm successful 3 out of 4 times, that we're only going to skydive 1 centimeter. But have we made our final decision before things have even started? And as professionals, we have to realize that people's decisions are not on the plan, the product, the information. They are on how we start. And as professionals, we have to realize that people's decisions are not on the plan, the product, the information. They are on how we start. And it's not fair. It's just how it works in real life. People make final decisions just like that. How many people here ever got a telephone call from a salesman? How many seconds to do the conversation before you made your final decision? Now you made your final decision before the presentation. Is that true? That's not fair. But my question is, if you made your final decision before the presentation, do you think other people would do that to you? Oh, what percentage of the time? Yeah, a little over 100%. Yeah. So we have to be careful in the first few seconds what we do, because that's when they make their final decision before all this information happens. So we have to be careful in the first few seconds what we do, because that's when they make their final decision before all this information happens. So do you ever give much thought of the first words you say, or you just kind of mumble along, and just hope things work out? Decisions are instant. For example, who was your prime minister before? The backstabbing lady. Who was that? Okay. So I want you to imagine for a moment she's your current prime minister. And she's going to go over to the United Nations, and she's going to do a speech in about 10 days on how she's going to get Australia, Western Europe, and the United States out of debt once and for all. Now, how many people here have already made a decision? You've already made the decision it's going to be the greatest speech in the history of Australia, or a bunch of political gibberish like every prime minister before. Is that true? Here's what I find interesting. We've made our final decision, and she hasn't even started her speech for 10 more days. So do you think your prospect has made their final decision before you have started? Absolutely. And if you don't believe this, that people make decisions without presentations, how many people here have invited somebody to an opportunity meeting and they did not show up? Have they made a decision before the presentation? And if they did come to the presentation, they made a decision not to have dinner with their family, they made a decision not to watch TV or rest after work, they made a decision to come down and join and just hope we don't talk them out of it with a 3-hour stupid meeting like I went to. So we kind of get the idea that everything happens really, really quick when we sit down with the prospect. They make a decision to like us or not, based upon are we more like them or talk the same way or in rapport with them. And these are important things for us to start off with, because wouldn't you like to talk to people who already made a yes decision before you get started? And that's the secret of how you start accelerating things really fast. So right now, if you got the yes decision, by the time you show your presentation, they're sitting on your side of the table saying, whoa, this is great. Look at my business. Look at these products I'm going to be using. They're going to be excited. So we have to get the yes decision first. So let me show you how quickly people make that yes decision, or how quickly they do make decisions. Ladies, you know who you are, right? Ladies, have you ever seen a man in front of a television with a remote control surfing channels? Click, 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 click. Ladies, how long did it take the man to make the final decision to watch that channel or not? Click. And they made the final decision before they saw the presentation. Is that true? Now, ladies, you know this. Men are so stupid that men make the final decision before they've even seen the channel. And that's how men work. Now, men, I know you feel pretty bad about this, but that's the way it is. So, since you feel bad about this, should we talk about the ladies? Ladies, have you ever been to a shoe store? You walk in the shoe store, 1,000 pairs of shoes on the wall. Do you need a complete and total presentation on each individual pair of shoes? All right, shoe number 1. This was made in Italy. The little old shoemaker lived in a mountain, and he had a son with a crutch. And they cut the hide out of the cow humanely, and then sewed it up and gave it some anesthesia and apologized and gave it some feed. And then there was this buckle factory. Do you need 1,000 presentations like that to make up your mind? No. Sometimes you stick your head in the store, look around, there's another shoe store down you want to go to right away. You say, nope, on to the next one. 1,000 decisions just like that. Well, how many of you have ever watched a video on YouTube? When you watch a video on YouTube, how many seconds does it take you to make the final decision if you want to watch that video or not? 5 seconds, 3 seconds, and we make the decision before the presentation. How many people here, by show of hands, have ever eaten at a restaurant? Oh, less than half. Interesting. Now, you should get out more. Have you ever made a decision to go eat inside of a restaurant many times before you've even seen the actual menu? So in that case, we made the decision before the information, before the presentation. How many people here ever ordered off the menus, an item off the menu, before you had all the information? Oh, were the vegetables organically grown? Did the chicken have a happy life before they killed it? So if I were to ask you, when do people make decisions, after the presentation or before, what would you say? Interesting, isn't it?